I swear to God, if you go higher than a 6, we're done.
I wish I could do the clicking of the Predator, but I can't. I don't want to like embarrass myself. um, wow. Welcome back, movie knots.
Yes.
We are so excited to be back, giving you a fresh movie that just came out this year called Prey, and this is based on the Predator series that dates back all the way to 1970, right?
Was that the first one? Really?
I think that was the
No.
first one back in 1970. 1987.
I was gonna say.
Sorry.
With Arnold, I was like, whoa,
1987.
whoa. Yeah.
I thought it went back a little further. But so this is a long-standing franchise, and this is sort of like a fresh take on. I don't want to say fresh take on it, but you know, it's a little bit of a
it definitely
origin
is.
story-ish kind of thing. So this is my first time watching any movie that involves the Predator, so I have some takes on what's going to be going on. And yeah, I'm kind of excited to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Cody, why don't you
Start it
kick
off
us
here?
off here?
Yeah, so it definitely is, in my point of view, from seeing, like, I've seen a handful of Predator movies, and, you know, the ones that were, like, god-awful, like, I don't remember, or I scrubbed through, because there have been some really bad ones recently, I think, a couple years ago. But it's very much a fresh take. It's very much unique in the sense of, like, we've never had this, like, we've either had modern or, like, you know, they've always been, like, modern, based in the future or in the time period that the film is taking, you know, is being filmed. This is the first time that this is, you know, we've had a Predator film, at least to my knowledge, that is based this far back, so I think this is, like, 300 years. And you get that look with the Predator as well, that his technology, at least designed, is different. Now, I don't know because I've talked to a friend of mine who is a huge fan of Predator. He was telling me about this movie after I watched it, and he was saying that basically they uncanonized so much stuff. Like, so basically the original and this are canon, and so in that case, I'm curious if the Predator's look is because, you know, it was 300 years, and that's how much the helmet design changed in 300 years, but considering how advanced the tech already is, it's a little weird. But that's just a nitpicky thing. I think this movie was definitely worth the watch. It has some issues, though, I will say that. But did you see what I mean when I think there was a movie I compared this to that was very similar to this, in terms of its styling?
Yes. So Cody, like when he was pitching the movie to me,
Yeah.
said that it was kind of like Revenant style, and I was thinking about that was in the back of my mind when I was watching it. You know, like what about this makes it Revenant style? And I mean, obviously the setting
Yeah.
is one thing. You know, they're out in nature and very similar setting. There's a bear. But other than that,
there is that too.
Other than that, I mean, I don't really. What did you think that was Revenant
Well,
like, other than the setting? And
okay. First of all, the bear fight was so Revenant, especially with the setting. You know, Native American, the bear fight, but also there was the you know the what do they call them? Well, the English speakers in the movies, or I think they might have been Frenchmen. Yeah, they had that same style. Yeah, the fur trappers as well, just like Revenant, and also the way it was filmed, and also it was the same like journey, you know, like that whole journey across the distance that Revenant had in its own way, in like a you know, the revenge of a family member. So I saw a lot of similarities. Not to say it's a bad thing. I think it was it's definitely, if I think a Predator movie was going to take inspiration from a movie, it wouldn't have been the Revenant, and I think there's clear inspiration here. Like, I think
you think just because of the time period of it, like
no, I just because of all the things I just said.
Well, no, like the
fur trappers, the bear, the way it's filmed, the way like the camera shots themselves, the arc of the story being traveling over a distance.
Yeah, but I mean, the Revenant series did a good job with the Native American representation and stuff. Like, just because this also involves Native Americans, which the parallel, I think, is interesting.
Yeah.
No, I understand that, but like, I don't want to like put what I just said as like what you thought it was about. But no, I understand the comparison you're making between Revenant and this.
Yeah.
But I was thinking this whole time, right? Back in this era when it was Native Americans, I would argue that the Native Americans were like top. Like, even though the French fur trappers and whatever, they had guns and all that. Like, there was that scene that was so great, and I'm glad that they put it in there like that, where, you know, the I forgot her name.
The main actress?
Where's the cast? Naru is her name. When Naru and her brother, which I don't know his name, were tied up and used as bait for the predator, and the three French guys are standing there with their guns, and they go to shoot the predator, and he just like deflects them all, and then it pans back to them, and they like stare at him for a second, and then they go back to like put the guns out again, like reload their muskets. That was great. I also liked one of the scenes where one of the French guys goes to try to headshot him, and the bullet ricochets off the helmet and back and headshots himself. I was like, I did a little like hat.
There's some really good fight sequences. And also, again, the reason it looks so good is because it's an act. Like, I think the majority, thank God, at least some of the Predator films, it's a practical suit. There's a actor in that suit, full makeup, full, head system and everything. It's pretty incredible. The fact that he can do those stunts and do that kind of movement with what he has on. Obviously, I think maybe sometimes it's CGI, but not that I noticed.
Not that I really noticed.
No, it felt really real. Felt really real.
The only time that I could really think of it being CG is when he's jumping off the trees.
Or he's invisible. But obviously he's not there. There's no one
Wait,
there.
they didn't do that practically?
No. Technically the technology's there, but I think it would have been expensive for their budget. I don't think Hulu has that
Tell me
budget.
that he didn't go actually invisible?
No, I don't think so.
But back to, I guess, I had like a point going on between the parallels of Predator and Native Americans, and how I think back in those days Native Americans were like the top. They were like top
in
of the
terms
food
of
chain.
like hunting. Yeah, no, it definitely makes sense.
Knowledge of survival, hunting, problem solving, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
like the lay of the land, and I think Predator. I mean, he's got a lot of tools. He's got a lot of stuff. Like, this guy's going in there with like
alien Batman,
floating arrows with like it's laser tracked.
Actually, they're levitation arrows, not floating.
he's got like these little discs that pop out and blow up, and he's got his like slinky sword.
Yeah.
The thing that like it like comes back out and like makes a sword.
That sword is very much directly from Pacific Rim. Honestly,
is it? Okay.
It's no, I'm like they did that same exact thing in Pacific Rim. That's what I thought of. But it's a cool design. It's like it's a cool concept for a weapon for a character.
It is, and I mean he's got a lot of tools at his disposal, and I feel like throughout this movie, the Predator had sort of a level of respect for the main character, like Naru. He had a level of respect for Naru, because like when her foot was trapped. Obviously, she didn't like pose a threat, but she's posed a threat in the past. So like, I don't know. If I was thinking as a predator, right, this thing is no longer a threat to me now. But he just kind of left her there. Like, why not finish the job?
Because I think they think logically. I don't think they think like that. But yeah, I know what you mean. But I think as soon as it realized no longer she became the prey, and that. Remember when he picked up one of those things and tried to break it? because he thinks the chain with he thinks the bear trap is the predator because it's the winner of the two. And the prey, she's the prey in the bear trap. That's the predator. That's why he picks it up to defeat it.
He's like, yep.
But I like how primal they made them, the predators. You know.
Yeah.
I
like the styling.
They've had like in Alien versus Predator. If I remember correctly, I was really young when I saw this, but you know the alien was taking over the ship, and the Predator like started to sympathize and help the humans because you know they were prey, and he was protecting the prey from the bigger predator. But then again, you can see it as, is he protecting or is he just hunting to, you know, he has to hunt the predator, the alien. So it's like they have this thing where it's kind of like, you know, they look like they're your friend, but they're really just, they have their own motives, you know. They just happen to align with yours in the moment.
Right.
So.
And, but I like, you know, going back to the costume style, how you were saying it, like, really took a turn from the other ones. Honestly, I think this fits more. I mean, for the era, obviously.
Oh, no, it fit really well. It fit really well.
It fits better. And I liked it. I liked that it was like a skull, and he was collecting the skulls and stuff. I was wondering how they see out of it. Like, I know they have the night vision.
Oh no, yeah,
heat vision.
it's got technology in it. It's not like a skull. It's like an actual helmet, like, you know, an Iron Man HUD kind of thing. Yeah, in all the previous movies, like, his vision is always red, you know.
But
yeah, it's like a HUD. It's like a, you know, heads-up display where you can see like if they have a weapon, their temperature, and all that. That's why I thought that whole flower thing was a really interesting concept to get around a problem the Predator has, which is they can always tell you're there because of the heat.
Right.
So that was really cool. I love how they built that up slowly.
Yeah, the flowers and stuff. Like, they really played into each role or each skill that this, you know, person had.
Yeah.
Now, you know, every time when I see a movie, right, and there's a dog in it, I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
Like,
I had the same thought.
And I'm gonna be so heartbroken. This dog's gonna die. Like, I'm so glad that the dog was just kind of there when it needed to be, and bounced when it didn't need to be there at all.
Yeah.
I for sure thought when the dog was coming at the Predator, I was like, this thing's dead. It's dead. Like, it's protecting its owner. Like, it's dead. And then he just kind of left it. So I wonder if the Predator thought, like, okay, it's kind of like the wolf, or like, you know, he didn't feel too threatened by it.
I think it was, you know, she was the bigger threat in the moment. But also I think the writers didn't want you to have to witness the death of a dog because it just drowns a movie in sadness.
I hate when, like, there's a dog involved and then, like, it dies. But when the bear scene too, like, was happening, and the bear's coming up the ledge, and the dog's like, ruh, ruh, ruh. I'm like, no, no. And then
that's a good dog.
It just, like, skirted past it, did some zoomies right by, and I was like, oh,
some zoomies.
Thank God. And then it just, like, ran away, and the bear chased it.
Yeah.
And she had she restrung her bow, and then it comes. I was like, oh my God, if this dog just, because I was always wondering, can a dog outrun a bear? Because they run pretty fast. Bears run fast. Does a dog run faster than a bear?
Yeah, I think a dog. Yeah, they're lighter, they're smaller. That kind of
dog.
Yeah, they're agile. And that's a hunting dog.
And then you see him running back, and then you don't see the dog for a while. Like it swam somewhere, went somewhere.
She got trapped in like the quicksand or the mud, and then the dog. I thought the dog drowned in that, but it just disappeared. It swam out.
I mean, if I have a dog with me hunting, and the dog took an alternate route,
I'd follow the dog.
Yeah, you'd follow the dog because the dog knows something you don't. So you got to go follow it.
It's true.
But yeah, wow. So, you know, how did you hear about this movie? Did you find it on your own, or did your friend recommend it?
I saw a trailer about it, but then I also have another coworker who I had a coworker who was like, "You see the new Predator movie yet? It's called Prey." I was like, "Oh, this new Predator movie?" Because the last one was terrible. And they're like, "Oh no, it's a total new reboot, new style. It's on Hulu." I was like, "Oh, okay." And and then I had another coworker say you had to see it, and so the people recommending it kept piling up. basically. And then I saw it was only an hour 40, so I was like, you know what?
Yeah, it's a good length.
Yeah, it's not too.
a good length.
It didn't need to be 3 hours of my time.
Yeah, it was a good.
Yeah.
Oh, so somebody asked what kind of dog is in Prey, like on Google, and it was an American Dingo.
Yeah. I agree with you, Summit. I think, I at least, besides the original for me.
Oh my God. The dog had no film experience prior to Prey.
Well, it explains why it ran away so much.
Well, no, dude.
They're like, put it in the script, put it in the script.
That dog deserves an Oscar.
That's true. Yeah, no, I think Prey definitely is like definitely the most well made. It's so nice to see I'm not sure if you were here were here a little earlier when we said it, but it's so nice to see the Predator as like a practical suit and not a CGI. It makes it so much more scarier, Yeah, Biffer. Yeah, that's the problem right there. But
no, this is a good movie to like just pick up. Like I watched it
Yeah.
yesterday, and picked it up,
Yeah.
watched it, and I really enjoyed it. I like the green like fluorescent blood. I thought that was cool. Like when she came back. With it.
Yeah. He always they always.
But
have
I never
that.
know with these movies like who to root for. Like.
I know.
On one hand, the
You're like-
Predator's like sick.
Yeah, you're like, come on,
Right.
let's go, kill him.
Yeah, I was like, come on, where's the Predator? Like, let me see
Yeah.
some action.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, being an hour 40, do you feel like the way that the Predator went out was rushed, or do you think that was like a logical?
Well, I think stealing his mask and using that against him was definitely logical. I personally, for me, it's just like I always, it's kind of like they're not perfect. They're just like imagine Spartans from like Sparta. They're not invincible. They can't dodge bullets, but they're born and bred warriors. So it gives them the upper hand, and that's their culture is to be the best. So. Like, sometimes I get pissed when, like, for example, they were fighting the French. The Predator was... And he gets hit by a stray bullet. I'm like, you should be paying attention. Why aren't you paying attention to the battle at hand, Mr. Predator? Like, I feel like you get hit sometimes by someone that you could have seen coming. But you know what? That's me. I feel like I can't be nitpicky like that, because it's like, at the end of the day, it's a Predator movie. The Predator's most likely going to die at the end of the movie.
Is that normally what happens with the movies? Like,
No.
the Predator wins in the other movies?
Yeah, it just goes to the... Yeah, and then actually the Mortal Kombat voice guy comes on, he goes, Predator wins. Yeah. And then,
No, he doesn't.
finish him! Fatality. Yeah. Actually, you can play as Predator in Mortal Kombat X, by the way.
That's cool.
Yeah. Sponsored by... No. Yeah, so... No, definitely. What's up, Verka? How you doing? Have you seen Prey? Anyone else seen Prey? Let us know.
Has anyone else seen Prey? I know, Sumit says he saw Prey. I'm sure Biffer has probably seen it.
Biffer, you saw it 10 months. You saw it a year ago.
Biffer saw it before, like while it was in the making.
Yeah, well, it was in the
And then he got a free digital copy before it even came out.
Yeah. So do you want to go to the intergalactic rating system?
Let's see. Do I have anything else to say about this? Do you have anything else you want to mention? Like,
there is a little bit of...
What did you have wrong with the movie? You said there were some issues with it, but you didn't really say much on that.
There is a little bit of, like, a political push here. Luckily, it's nothing too bad. Like, it's not in your face. There's nothing wrong with the movie in that sense, but there's some lines they put in there, and you can just tell, like, you put that in there. I know you put that in there for a reason. You know what I mean? So, besides that, really no complaints. It's not in your face. It's not like
Marvel level.
Yeah, no, it's no, it's
face.
nowhere near. It's it's a nice amount. It's like, yes, like they're right. Like anyone could do that. Good for them. And and then a little bit of inspiration at the end. That might have been overboard that last moment, but overall, nothing too much to complain about. Thoroughly enjoyed them.
Yeah.
Give the announcement.
Also,
okay.
I wanted to mention that her whole thing was like, I forgot what they called their big hunt. It started with a K. I forgot what it was called.
Yeah, to prove you're a warrior or a predator.
So like this was hers, right? And then you also have it in the same way as the Predators. Like, this is also his big hunt.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, Parv.
Parv.
So
No, you messed up.
It was a cool way to look at it. So before we go to the intergalactic movie ranking system, the IMRC, whatever we dubbed it,
XYZ, what's up?
XYZ. Let's hop into IMDb because we always go back and forth.
Sure. Yeah.
So I just want to make sure and Rotten Tomatoes is applicable to
Whoa.
this, I think. So we'll take a look at those. IMDb.
Yeah.
Let's take a look what's going on at IMDb.
Yeah, 8s and 7s seem to be the majority here.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's kind of a reboot, Vertigo. Same idea, but just a different time period.
It's earlier. It's 300 years earlier. So, like... I
Well,
guess
technically, that
let's-
would be
let's quickly-
250 years earlier by now.
So this Prey film is supposed to take place, like, the Predator you see is, like, I guess one of the first, like, in that conquest for becoming the best, right?
No.
What do you mean no?
There's a planet of like millions of them.
Yes,
they
but,
go.
like, the overview is that
Oh, we don't know. There could have been ones like during caveman times. Like
imagine that. They're like, "Ooh, ooga."
they start fire and they kill it. That's how they win. Yeah.
No, it's supposed to take place like this is. It's one of they're supposed to go all the way back to like this is one of the first Predators. That's why the
Yeah.
gear is more.
Oh,
I wouldn't say rustic, but it's not rustic.
Yo.
Like
Imagine medieval times.
they got like swords.
Yeah,
and
they're like
stuff.
on guard, and then like swinging at him. Like, that'd be nuts.
But it's more of like a not as modern, Predator, which is cool.
So
I mean, it has modern technology, but it's not modern in look.
Yeah. So IMDb 8s and 7s on average. We got basically all 7s on
A
average.
mean of 7.3, median 7.2.
a lot of
Overall,
7s.
7.2.
And then you go to Rotten Tomatoes here, and we got a 93% tomato meter,
This is
certified fresh,
interesting.
and then a 73% audience score.
This is interesting because the critics liked this movie more than the audience did.
Well, of course they did. There's a political agenda. That's what critics do.
No, I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought the critics weren't going to like it as
Really?
much.
The filming style, man.
Okay.
I think they
So
stole
some
it,
people,
but,
interesting. I mean, yeah, some people are bringing up the I guess political side of it. Characters are actual humans and are fun to watch.
they are. The characters are really
It feels
well done.
weird that the Predator would never kill the protagonist the whole movie, long because she's weaker, according to him. I was basically watching the Predator kill everyone around her. Final battle was only between them. That was an actual fight.
Yeah,
It was a
like
very
she
good
couldn't
fight.
handle a single battle the whole movie, but then the last battle, she's like a ninja who can do anything. That is one thing that was a little weird. But, I can understand the scores. I have a score in mind, by the way.
Okay.
That's a lot of driving. Perf, that's a lot of driving. Tiring day indeed.
Now you can relax with us.
Yes.
So this is a Disney movie? Is it? Is it a Disney movie? I know it was on it was Disney Plus Day.
Who had
they
the rights
announced.
to Predator? Was it Fox? Because if it was Fox, then yeah, Disney owns it now. Let me check.
Wow. I mean, if that's Disney, probably one of the best things they put out this year.
The original work of Predator at 1987 is owned by 20th Century Studios, which is owned by the Walt Disney Company.
Okay, so yeah,
Ah.
technically she's a Disney princess.
Newest Disney
Technically, she's
Dude,
a Disney princess.
why didn't we do that as the thumbnail? Newest Disney princess?
We could do that. We could change it.
No, it wouldn't make any sense.
We could change it.
I'm
No, we
happy
could do
with the
that.
thumbnail. I worked
No,
hard.
not the thumbnail. The title. We could just change the title.
Oh,
From "Is this the greatest Predator movie?" to "Newest Disney princess."
I could. Yeah. All right, let's do our rankings, man. I'm excited to get the score.
So let's go, Cody.
Where are we going?
Hit the warp drive button because we're going to the intergalactic movie ranking system. Hopefully that worked out.
Yeah, I was telling. So, okay, for those of you who know this, and I know Luca knows this because I was talking to Perv.
Is it the best? On your...
Yeah, they are. So I was talking to. I sent Perva. He sent me that skit. Can you link it in chat, Perv? Can you link that the lime soda? You know, and so
Yeah.
you remember that thing where he goes. I'm just gonna pull up. I can't pull it up because it'll get rid of your camera. You remember what I said? He'll let me know because I can't remember.
You
what I said
wanted
right now.
to do something along the lines of
No,
that kind of slapstick.
No, because remember the bubbles? He's like, why is there no bubbles? Like, why isn't there any fizz in my soda? And he goes, they went away, sir, and they didn't say goodbye else either. You know, remember that?
Yeah.
So I sent him a message saying, like, hey, Hollywood, I want movies without a political agenda. And Hollywood said, they went away, sir, and they didn't say goodbye either. It was like, oh my, it was perfect. It was perfect.
We
that's a
almost
great
did a
skit.
Handsome American.
Yes, thank you. He
We
linked
almost
it.
did that as a title. I was close to
Pin
doing
that?
it.
I can pin it. If anyone
okay,
wants an
so
amazing skit, click on
this
that.
movie. Do you want me to go? Do you want me to go first, or would you like to say your score?
I know my score, so you go first because I can tell you my score won't be affected.
Okay. Well, the movie gets an automatic 7 because the dog didn't die. So that's an automatic. You know, you can watch this movie. Like, I'll recommend it because the dog didn't die. This I will remind you because I know there's some people in here that haven't been here since the beginning. That this is my first Predator movie. So I guess chronologically, if you want to consider this like
Technically
I guess, the first movie,
speaking.
then like I'm kind of on the right path.
Yeah.
So yeah, this movie, automatic 7 for the dog not dying. It's the first one that I've seen, so it's a good impression. I really liked the cinematography of it. I liked the different landscape in terms of you have the plains, you have the tall grassy areas. You have that really, really great foggy, like dead tree like area where they were bait. Like that whole sequence of them in that little area was fantastic. I really liked the style and the look of that. And obviously, doing the Predator probably like 95% practically, and then having to do it for probably like CG in the like when he jumps and does stuff, like everything here looked really
That could
clean.
be a wire
Even-
pull. That could be practical as a wire pull.
It could be. I mean, we could
Yeah.
go and try to find like how they made it. but
I've seen behind the scenes shots of yeah, it's interesting.
the CG animals, they looked good.
The bear didn't look
The,
bad.
the bear didn't look bad. Bear looked pretty good.
It didn't
Wolves
look
and all that, they
revenant.
looked
It
fine.
didn't look revenant, but it didn't look bad.
Best actor in the movie, and this might go for best actor for our ITM awards, goes to the dog.
I can't believe you're gonna give the dog. That's so
First film
bad.
debut, Coco, the Carolina dog. Shout out to the dog for doing such a great job for its performance. So I'm gonna sit this movie at. I'm gonna sit it at an 8.6.
Whoa! So many eights, man. Calm down. You know what? I'm gonna bump you so far down.
Wait, you thought this is worse?
No. It's just weird to fully enjoy a Predator movie. I've always been like a little bad. Not all of them, but there's been really bad ones. And first, I think a lot of people. Someone here said that this is their favorite. Yes, someone said that, and yeah, so there's some bad ones out there. So it's just weird to put a Predator movie on a high ranking. I was honestly gonna I was gonna put this at a 7.5.
Wow.
I enjoyed it. Honestly, I was really tired the first time I tried to watch it, and I fell asleep during there's some very slow shots for me.
It does, yeah.
And I really
we can bump it down if you want.
No, you know what? I was looking at our scale, and I really enjoyed the hell out of Gray Man, and I feel like this is the same enjoyment level for me. This is like a mindless, fun movie. It's great. It's on the favorites list, I think. Well, we'll have to talk about that, but yeah, 7.5 for me. And you said what? An 8.6?
I said an 8.6.
Man, oh man. Okay, well then let's just meet. Let's just.
I know our 8s are stacking up.
Wait, we can do a.
But this has nothing to do with I know we have a lot of 8s. It doesn't mean
this isn't.
This movie's gotta take the hit.
I'm sorry, but this isn't up there with the 8s. This isn't if we're gonna put this as it's either with our compromise, it would be a 7.9 or an 8.0, and it's in Lighthouse is just on a league of its own. I can't rightfully put this at an 8.0 with Lighthouse.
I'm comfortable with a 7.8.
Okay, we can go 7.
I'm comfortable with that.
What about 7.9?
We can do that too. So the only reason I say it's an 8.6 is because I really appreciated the attention to detail.
You're putting it higher. You're putting it 1 point lower than Bahubali, and you're putting it a point higher than KGF. I just want you to realize that. Think about how
putting a point higher than KGF 1.
Yeah, but there's great detail here. But is it really? It's still an action flick. There's not a lot of depth to it.
I guess I was kind of looking more into the story of the main character rather than, it was more so the Predator was just like an antagonist.
Which, for me, that's where the problem is the story with the main character. Because I don't get how, she loses every single fight, yet she somehow manages to stay alive until the very last fight where she demolishes and kicks ass. Lily couldn't. She couldn't defend herself against one of her own tribe members, but she can defend herself against
the mountain
Predator.
lion. She messed up with the mountain lion.
Yeah, so it was although she's a really good actress, so props to her for the movie. But
I guess now that you say those things, I guess my individual score is probably too high.
I'm just trying to convince you in the 7.9, not the 8.0, because.
No, I'm convinced. I'm fine with the 7.9. I'm just saying for my personal one. I guess No, you make some good points. I think I got lost in the look of the Predator. I like the look of the Predator. I like the.
Oh no, it's still they still nailed all that. I hope we get another one in this style.
Yeah.
Not
I like the way they did it cinematically. Yeah. They didn't cut any corners. Also the fact that it's Fox and Disney, it's
20th century.
Probably something that they've made it's a really well done movie for what's been going on lately. With what Disney has been putting out. Regardless, even though it's 20th century, Disney still has a say.
Yeah, I don't know if Disney had a say in this because it is owned by Walt Disney.
It didn't.
Well, it's owned by Walt Disney, but it's 20th Century Fox, and I don't know if 20th Century would really take a lot of criticism. I don't know. I'd be curious to see how much of a hand Disney dabbled in this, and I know which part. Let's be honest, we know which part Disney dabbled in. They had nothing to do with the effects, the quality of the film. They had to do with the agenda and But honestly, they couldn't have picked a better. They couldn't have picked a better time period and a better story in the sense of someone else actually wanting to not only run but to become a hunter just like the Predator. It was a fight between the two of them.
Yeah.
It wasn't just we got to run. All right, you know what? Let's man up and kill it. It was more I want to be like that. Look, it's doing what I'm doing. Look, you guys aren't seeing this creature out there. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. So yeah, you know what? Not a bad movie. Still a 7.9, which is really good for us.
7.8 from Perv. So
respect. Everyone else, let us know if you've seen it. Biffer, have you seen it?
Yeah. What do you?
Yeah, we need the almighty Biffer score. Please, grace us with your numbers, sir. I'm curious.
Would you say this is a favorite, Cody? While we wait, I would recommend it to somebody.
Yeah, I'd recommend it for sure. Like I'd say, oh, you haven't seen it, watch it. But it's not. I'm not watching.
Is it rewatchable?
Eh,
Maybe
eh.
in like a few years. You got to give it like a few years. It's not
Maybe-
immediately
no.
rewatchable like Top Gun.
Listen, there's
Or any of the 9 movies. It's not rewatchable. in that sense.
there's two things. There's full movie rewatchable, and then there's I'm gonna watch the last fight on YouTube in 4K rewatchable. You know what I mean? Like this is the
Yeah.
movie I just look up my favorite scene and watch that.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
I wouldn't watch the whole
So
thing.
no.
No, it just as much as as much as I enjoyed the whole new style Predator with this time period, I'm also so used to Predator being very modern with the helmet and everything. Like for the
I will
past-
have to go and watch the other ones.
Yeah, let me talk to my friend who's like a huge Predator fan, and I'll have him say which one. I'll ask him which one's the best because I don't want you to watch like a really bad. There's some terrible ones. They're like those, some of them are like corny and kind of like Godzilla movies. Either they're incredible, or they're the worst thing you've ever seen.
Well, now we kind of just have to do a little saga of it.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So Biffer waiting on his. Maybe he's got to go into his Excel sheet and he's got to go.
He's like, all right, I've seen 500 movies since Prey. I got to go all the way down. No, well, let us know in the.
Control F.
There is a community Discord, ladies and gentlemen. It's in the description as always. So if you'd like to talk to us about this movie or any other movie or any future movie when we're not live, or and you want to talk to us in real time, then that would be on the community Discord. What is up, Killer Point of View? Welcome. Good to see you.
Been 37 minutes.
Alien vs.
So-
Predator was good. We did talk about that. That is a good one. Yeah.
I
Sandeep,
do want
welcome.
to. So before we sign off, because we got some time, I have finished Mercifer season 1. I just want to address it. I'm not going to say like my thoughts of season 1 here, but I do have the rest of those shorts coming out late, like for next week. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I believe they're coming out. PS1 and all that stuff. Like Kantara and PS1. So I'm going to be starting a new job Monday, yay me, which means that I will have money to put into ITM. So hopefully we get like a quality bump. But with that said, I think the weekends, like Saturday in the morning, would be probably like the time that we will do our, this type of style stuff, which is why you start seeing a lot more shorts. We'll still probably drop trailer reactions and stuff to movies that we find interesting or that are blowing up. I was told that the Kantara trailer does not reveal too much. Like, it's not, I guess, a great representation of what happens with the movie. So, Cody, if you wanted to do a trailer reaction and just get a general vibe of
Maybe.
like the what attraction of the movie, right? Then we can do something like that. But yeah, so I think our schedules are going to be definitely moved towards Saturday. What were we going to say?
Oh, and also because I put out that poll for you guys about the One Piece content, and even though it was like only 45% for yes, that's still hundreds and hundreds of people because it was a large the poll did well. So I'm still gonna give it a shot. Do a couple things, maybe a skit or an episode 2 review. A couple things to see if you guys enjoy it. Expect that in the next week.
We're trying to, because now we're kind of getting into like Cody has school. It's not summer. A lot of this stuff happened over the summer where we had so much time, and I need to work. So like I need money. So
Biffer,
we will be working on that.
Biffer, we're not doing anything until you give us your score for Prey.
Yeah, give us your score.
What's your score for Prey, Biffer?
But I'm excited to talk about Mercifer, and I did see that the shorts I know it's like a lot of shorts about one season. It's 9 essentially it's 9
You,
shorts.
you could start condensing them,
Um,
do like every 2 episodes.
I thought about that, but it's a lot to talk about in 60 seconds.
True,
So,
true.
um,
Ah,
damn.
I respect the score, and I know your reason. That's okay. It's okay. Expand? What do you think? What? Oh my god. Why you come up with that stuff?
PS1, we've heard some good things about PS1. I know it's very heavily story driven. You got to know the history. So I think for us, I mean, I know Cody had an interest in it over, because
Yeah,
he
I
watched
did
the
because
trailer
I
and it
like
looked cool.
I like the art style, like the design of the movie looked really really cool.
Yeah, I just have a feeling it's good to get so.
And there was
lost
that was the problem.
story
Is
that we just don't know.
Don't forget, guys, if there's a movie in theaters, like yes, we get a lot of times we get it in theaters too in the United States. If it's in film from India, problem is though they're usually really far away from us or they're really late at night. I mean, we'd have to go see the movie on a Friday night at 11 p.m. and that's just not feasible, So it's a lot of times it's best that we wait, and we find that even if we do wait, you guys still enjoy it, and the videos they do well because there's people still talking about it, or the films, especially look at KGF. There's a lot of Indian cinema that stays relevant and is very much talked about and hyped up for a long period of time, which is cool because I think what's sad here is there's so many movies that just get like, oh, there's a new one, all right, like that's my problem with Disney, right? They release so much stuff and then it just gets washed away and you forget about it forever, and then something new to talk about and then it's gone. But like these big global hits in India, they could be years old and they're still legendary and people talk about it. That doesn't happen here besides like what, Marvel, like what, Endgame,
Marvel
Infinity War. Sure. So that's something that is really cool to experience. That's why I was so happy, regardless of the outcome. I was so happy we got to see Brahmastra in the theater. Like that's an experience that is like that was so exciting. Even
like PS1 is available, I think, in theaters, but to go watch it, it's like 8:30 at night.
Wait, Triple R's out in Japan now, Luca. This is the time for more Triple R content. I don't care what people say. We need.
I got to do Becoming Beam. I told you that's that video idea.
Triple R watch party.
I think we should probably go check out Black Adam too. I know that's got a lot of traction.
Yeah, no, it's the critic rating isn't good, but the audience score is really high, and I'm really excited for that.
PS1 is also out of theaters for us now, at least. Is it available tomorrow?
Dude, they only get like one showtime, and the chance of that working out with our schedules, like to just magically,
it's so difficult.
it's
like always on like a Wednesday night.
Yeah,
too. It's like the weirdest time.
All right, well,
so we just gotta wait for it. For that type of stuff, we gotta wait.
Yeah.
Like Kantara, it says it's in theaters, but like you gotta go to New York for it.
Yeah.
So
it's a state away from us.
Iga. I wanted to talk about Iga.
We want to do that next?
I wanted to do like a watch party kind of thing.
No, but the thing is,
I wonder if there's a watch party that we can do digitally.
Iga, that'd be great.
Because I know like Biffer was mentioning to us too that like it was being talked about lately. But I definitely want to watch Iga at some point. That has been on the top of my list since we talked about it.
Yeah, let's do
I think we can make some really funny skits with that.
Let's do the watch party for Iga.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to.
Want to do the watch party.
We're just gonna have to. I'll put a message right on screen that says, "Sorry if we're not reading chat. We're watching the movie. Watch with us." Because that's what people. When last time we did the watch party with the movie, people were like, "Oh, why aren't you watching?" Well, why are you messaging me?
We're also gonna be separate.
So
I think I don't know. Like depending on when we do it.
We'll do it like this.
Weekend, but
no, we'll do it like this.
We'll do it like this.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
All right.
Cool. That works. And we'll let you guys know what the next film is.
Yeah, we'll let you know. I mean, it might be if you wanted to do Iga next week, we could do Iga next week.
True.
But yeah, it was a pleasure to have you guys here. I know this is a lower.
Pleasure doing business with you.
Watch, not as many people here as normally because it's an American film, but we highly recommend you guys just go check this out if you can. Because it was a good
It is worth a watch. It's worth a watch.
Yeah. So, with that said, we'll keep you guys posted in the community on YouTube and also in the Discord about what's coming next. expect Iga next. I would say expect that next, unless something changes. And also keep an eye out because I will be doing some Merzapur stuff in the coming weeks. So keep your eye out for that. And also keep an eye out for anything that Cody's going to be putting out for One Piece content.
Yeah, I'm going to try. I'm going to make some skits this week, I think. So that should go well.
Lots of fun stuff going on. Even though we're busy, we're still going to try to get some stuff out and stay relevant. But all right. So it was a pleasure seeing you all.
Good.
Sleep well over in India. It's probably like, 9 something over there at 10 o'clock. So we will catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully it'll be the watch party for Iga.
Think so?
Yeah, all right.
All right, sounds good. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And if you haven't seen Prey yet and you were just watching our review, check it out.
Bye.